They're already here. The Elder Scrolls told of their return.
Whether you're a fan of fantasy or not, you can't deny the upcoming installment of the Elder Scrolls series, Skyrim, looks like an epic adventure of a game. And after playing the first 3 hours of Bethesda's latest title, that's exactly what it's shaping up to be. So let's take a look at Skyrim and what you can find there, which, yes, includes a lot of details about dragons, but we'll get onto those later.
No one wanted to believe.
The first thing you'll notice about the game is the look of Skyrim and how impressively dense and detailed it is. Everything you can see is reachable, the far-off mountains to the forest right next to you. After talking to the game's lead designer, Matt Carafano, he confirmed that Skyrim is supposed to feel darker and colder than its predecessor, Oblivion. It's a feel that's been significantly achieved and gives the world a gritty, serious atmosphere. Serious enough for dragons, but we'll get onto those later. Skyrim is about the same size as Oblivion, if we're talking surface area, but in terms of content, it's much bigger. You'll discover countless dungeons and a huge number of quests and side quests to keep you occupied for around 30 hours, just for the main story. Playing in a room with 10 other people who all started in the same place showed off just how different each person's experience of Skyrim will be. To get a real sense of the size, though, you just have to know that a Bethesda games tester completed it in 2 hours, 16 minutes and 10 seconds, which sounds like nothing until you realise he finished both Oblivion and Fallout 3 in half that time. So it's plenty of time to fight loads of dragons, but we'll get onto those later. The gameplay of this giant sandbox RPG brings some new perks to the Elder Scrolls franchise, not least the ability to dual-wield weapons and even spells, or a handy combination of the two. What you do with these weapons also has a new element to it, with cinematic kills being introduced, something already seen in Bethesda's Fallout series. You can quickly alternate between what you're wielding, be it a battle axe, a lightning spell, or a daffodil. We don't think you can actually fight with flowers. You just have to add items to your favorites list, which can be easily accessed via the D-pad. Then there are the shouts. Shouts allow you to push back enemies using the words of power that you find in ancient runes. In order to use these words, you have to kill a dragon and spend its soul energy on the word to unlock it. Which finally brings us onto the dragons. Overkill! Skyrim is home to a whole host of new creatures, which includes mammoths herded around by giants. According to Bethesda, they won't attack you unless you make them mad, which apparently I did and got pummeled into the ground for my troubles. Some of these monsters get progressively more difficult as you level up throughout the game. Others are more difficult right from the start, including the giant lizards of the skies, the dragons themselves. In 3 hours of gameplay time with Skyrim, I managed to reach the first dragon and, I'm quite proud to say, defeat it. You can see exactly how in this faithful reenactment of the event.
There's one they fear. In their tongue, he's Dovahkiin, Dragonborn.
Okay, it may have been a bit less dramatic than that. Some dragons in the game have names and are integral to the story, others aren't. However, they all pose a challenge and provide your character with different shout abilities. Of course, you can fight them, you can also talk to some of them, but the thing that everyone wants to know is, can you fly them? Unfortunately, you can't, but Bethesda have confirmed they've discussed post-release DLC that lets you take them for a ride. Whether or not this happens, we'll have to wait and see. But in the meantime, the remaining 27 hours of Skyrim look like they'll be more than enough to keep me very, very occupied.